There are color combination mistakes that style consultants correct on the very first day, and most of them have nothing to do with the colors themselves, but with the way they're used. None of the 7 require a new piece. It's all about reading what you already have in a different way. The last one is the most transformative. Stay until the end. I'll start with the simplest. Mistake 1. Using 3 strong colors in equal proportion. The first mistake that stylists correct early in a consultation seems small, but shows up in every photo and every mirror. The woman looks at the look, sees 3 beautiful colors, and something doesn't click. It seems agitated. Nothing's missing. Something is excess. An excess of attention split into equal parts. For example, a red blouse, royal blue pants, and a green bag. Each piece is beautiful alone. Together in the same proportion, none of them wins. The eye doesn't know where to land. The look has no protagonist. Without one color commanding, it seems like the pieces were chosen on different days. The proportion that stylists follow, and that you don't need to measure, just feel, is one color occupying most of the look, another accompanying, and the third as a signature. Look at this outfit. Navy pants and blazer, ivory blouse, and a red bag. The red draws attention precisely because it's not competing with anyone. One color commands, another sustains, the third surprises. This is the first of 7. The second involves a mistake that most women learned as a golden rule, but that in practice is locking their look in place. Mistake 2. Matching bag, shoe, and belt in the exact same color. You probably learned this as a golden rule, and for a time it was. But let me dismantle this myth. Bag, shoe, and belt in the exact same tone isn't sophistication. It's what 90s consulting taught as a safety formula. When everything matches perfectly, the look seems like a store window display without personality. This is the second of 7. Look at this outfit. A navy dress, a structured wine bag, and a nude pointed slingback. The 3 accessories share the same family of depth, but each speaks a different tone. And the detail that closes it, the cognac belt, as a thin line at the waist, connects the wine of the bag to the nude of the shoe without repeating either one. Accessories don't need to be copies. They need to belong to the same story. Straight white pants, a beige shirt, a cognac belt, and a chocolate mule. 4 tones, and everything sounds like one composition. This mistake already transforms quite a bit, but the next one is more subtle and affects something that most women never stop to observe. It has to do with the face and how other people read your energy before they even see your clothes. Mistake 3. Placing a color. Near the face that washes out the skin. Have you ever put on a beautiful piece, looked in the mirror, and felt something was off? The clothes perfect, but the face tired, colorless, lifeless? This is the third of 7 mistakes, and it acts in a way that very few people notice. Not in the clothes themselves, but in the light that reaches your face. The region from the décolletage upward functions as a frame. The color that occupies this space reflects light onto the skin, and depending on the tone, it illuminates or erases. The clothes can be expensive, well cut, in the right trend, and still make the skin seem grayish. Not because the piece is ugly, because the color isn't yours. Observe a dark khaki green blouse at the neckline, a beige midi skirt, the face disappears. Swap just the blouse. A soft coral shirt enters with the same skirt and caramel mule. The clothes became simpler. The face became more beautiful. The detail that reorganizes everything. The difficult color doesn't need to disappear from the look. It goes below, in the pants, the skirt, the shoe. There it contributes without stealing luminosity from what matters. Before buying, hold the piece near your face under natural light. If dark circles appear more prominent, if the skin loses evenness, that color belongs at the hem, not at the neckline. This principle is already powerful. But the next mistake is one where the look seems correct to someone who looks quickly, and only a stylist can name exactly what's breaking the harmony. Mistake 4. Mixing warm and cool tones without creating a connection. This is the fourth of 7, and this is where many beautiful combinations start to seem off without anyone being able to explain why. Think of a light blue shirt, that cool blue, almost grayish, Below it, an intense caramel pant, very warm. The blue is beautiful, the caramel is beautiful. And together, they seem like they came from different productions. It's as if the two pieces are fighting in silence. Now look at the same look with one adjustment. A long-sleeve light blue shirt, straight-cut caramel pants, and a cognac leather bag. The bag sits exactly in the middle of both worlds. Not as cool as the blue, not as warm as the caramel. And the look starts to exist as a set, not as two separate choices. This middle element is what creates the bridge between temperatures. Without it, the eye perceives the break without being able to name it. For example, a lavender blouse, cool, with a plum skirt and a thin strap bronze sandal. The bronze bridges them. Or stone gray pants, cream blouse, and a matte gold earring that warms the combination without shouting it. Mixing warm and cool works. What doesn't work is leaving both sides with nothing to unite them. One temperature needs to dominate, the other enters as a guest, and the third element ensures the two understand each other. In the next one, the problem hides a specific trap of neutral combinations, exactly when the woman thinks she's doing well, that the look disappears. Mistake 5. Using neutrals without any depth contrast. That last point about temperature is still important, but what comes now catches many people off guard, because they don't even realize they got it wrong. They think they're dressed just right. Here's the scene. You grabbed cream-tailored pants, a soft light sand fabric blouse, and a medium beige bag, each piece beautiful. Together, you looked in the mirror and felt something odd. It didn't look bad, but it didn't look right either. The look seemed without force, almost without outline. And you thought, why doesn't it work if everything matches? This is 5 of 7, and there are only 2 left after this, with the last one changing the way you think about combining colors forever. But before getting there, this one already solves a silent problem that appears more than any other in the wardrobe of those who love neutrals. What happens when you use several similar tones without different weight is that the composition becomes flat. The face disappears into the combination because there's no point that organizes the eye. Neutrals aren't sophisticated on their own. They need depth to work. Look at this combination. Straight cream pants, an oversized sand knit blouse, and a light beige pump. Everything harmonious, everything washed out. Now observe what changes with one single addition. Swap the pump for a dark chocolate mule and add a cognac belt at the waist. Immediately the look gained a beginning, middle, and end. The face appears. The cream looks luminous because it has the chocolate beside it to anchor it. This is the principle of tonal scale. A neutral combination needs at least one light color, one intermediate, and one deep. It doesn't need to be a vibrant color. Brown already solves it. In the next trick, the mistake happens in a place that almost nobody observes when putting the look together. And when it appears, it cuts the entire silhouette in half. Before the next trick, let me tell you something. How many times have you opened a closet full of clothes and still thought, I have nothing to wear? The problem isn't a lack of clothes. It's that nobody ever taught you how to combine the pieces you already have. That's why I put together a guide with over 150 looks. Tested one by one, using only 15 pieces you probably already have at home. And the best part, you don't even need to think. Just choose the look, copy it piece by piece, and in 5 minutes, you're ready to go. The link is in the pinned comment and in the description. And if you're watching on TV, just point your phone at the QR code on the screen. Mistake 6. Choosing the shoe color without considering the hem of the clothes. Almost nobody looks at this at the right moment. Most people choose the shoe matching the bag and completely forget what's at the hem of the clothes. This is the 6th of 7, and it's more revealing than it seems. There's a very common belief. Black goes with everything, so a black shoe solves any look. It solves some things, but when you put on ivory fluid, long palazzo pants, and finish with a heavy black pump, such a sharp visual cut happens at the feet that the eye stops there, and the entire silhouette loses its flow. Look at these sand-colored tailored palazzo pants with an ice-white crepe blouse. The combination is clean, elongated, elegant. Now add a closed black shoe. Did you see? The eye stops. It seems like the clothes and shoe were chosen on different days. Now swap for the nude slingback. The pants continue to the floor. The silhouette flows without interruption. It seems like a different person. What happens here is that color also works vertically. When the hem and shoe create an unintentional contrast, the look fragments, even if each piece in isolation is good. The shoe needs to either continue what the pants began or approach the skin tone so as not to create a barrier, or else assume the role of focal point in a completely conscious way, like beige monochromatic pants with a closed red pump, where the contrast is the proposal, not an accident. With dark pants, go for close depths, wine loafer with navy, chocolate mule with graphite pants. With light pants, nude, caramel, or soft metallic elongate without cutting. This trick already resolves a lot, but the seventh is where the most frequent mistake of those who love prints lives. You get the clothes right, but compromise everything around them. Mistake 7, trying to fix a print by adding even more colors. And we arrive at the seventh, the most powerful of the 7, and the one that appears most in consultations when the look almost works, but seems too busy. The mistake happens like this. The client finds a beautiful print and starts wanting the accessories to match. A colorful bag to repeat one of the tones, a strong shoe, a contrasting belt, an earring with a stone. The result? Every piece trying to participate in the same conversation at the same time. The problem isn't the print. It's that it's already an entire conversation on its own. It has movement, contrast, multiple points of attention. When the accessories also compete for space, the look loses its thread. What stylists do is the opposite of what seems intuitive. They silence everything around it and leave only one echo, a floral dress with a navy background and wine details. The bag is wine, just that. The sandal is nude. No other colored accessory. The wine appears once, discreetly, and that's enough for the look to seem intentionally constructed. The technique is called chromatic extraction. You look at the design, identify the smallest color present, the one that appears almost as a detail, and repeat it in one single accessory. The main piece, the base, the other accessories, all neutral. The print speaks. The accessory merely confirms. A black and white polka dot skirt, a black shirt, and a structured caramel bag. The caramel isn't in the skirt, but it warms the combination and creates an anchor that makes everything seem chosen. Or the shirt printed in green and terracotta with ivory pants and a brown mule. The print breathes. The eyes travel the look from beginning to end. Now you have all 7. When these mistakes leave the wardrobe, the mirror gives back an image that seems considered, not because it became more complicated, but because it became clearer. And clarity in fashion is elegance. The next video is about how to identify the colors that most flatter your skin's undertone, because getting the hierarchy right means nothing if the main color of the look washes out your face. It's already here on the channel. Go watch it.